And welcome back. So, this is the conclusion of me making the music video for Not a Riddle. And I didn't go through step by step. I'm still working on all the steps that I do, but I have a lot more videos to make. So, I will I will show you like the whole process. um it takes a while, like I said. This literally took me it took me a week. It did take me a week of maybe I made the music I made the song last week Friday. Okay, so it's just coming up on a week. And I'm going to post this on Friday, basically. I'm going to upload it and schedule it for release on Friday, basically. So the song, however, I've already published and it's available. It should be available. I mean, I'm new to it, so I don't think my songs have completely populated as yet throughout all the sites, but you would be able to get it on like iTunes, Apple, Apple Music, TikTok. You might be able to like play it on TikTok and stuff like that. So eventually, as they populate, but I'm new to it, so I'm like the bottom of the stack probably. So I made a lot of changes. If you saw the first video to this video, it's a big difference. And I'm just going to go over that. So I changed the beginning about 3 times because I was not, it wasn't grabbing me. So I was like, I had this idea that I wanted Brandon to be saying something in the beginning. So I went back to that original concept and so that's what I came up with. And then as I go through it, I was like, I always try to make it where the music video is telling a story, because the whole thing is, at the end of the day, I try to write my books so that they read like a song, right? And now I'm trying to complement that with a song. That makes sense. So everything has to kind of flow and gel, and it's a learning curve and it's a process, and then sometimes it comes down to just working with what you have. So I changed the beginning. I changed a lot of the images, and I try to make a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the song through, and then I'll talk about some of the changes I made and why. And I would really love to know what you think in the comments. So here it goes. Let's play it up here.
Baby, I will hire a new secretary. How you feel means more to me.
How can you say that I'm a riddle? Something that you can't see. Baby, just look into my soul, and you will know that this
My internet
can be. I've never hidden what I'm feeling. You just weren't ready to believe. I opened every quiet corner, but you were staring through me. If I'm a mystery, then solve me slow. Trace every line until you know this heart was yours before the fall, but you never tried to catch it at all. So don't say I'm too hard to love, like I'm some ghost you're scared to touch. I'm right here, breakable and true. Not a puzzle, just someone who believed in you. You called me distant, called me cold, but I was warm if you just hold the parts of me I freely gave, the ones you buried to feel brave. I was never meant to beg for sight, to dim my soul just to feel right. If you can't meet me in the light, then maybe you were never mine, but I'm still divine. So don't say Like I'm some ghost you're scared to touch. I'm still here, breakable and true. Not a puzzle, just someone who learned to choose me too. I'm not a riddle.
Okay. So, I'd love to know what you think. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping that everybody understands. I'm really focusing heavily on my communication skills. So, I try to do that every day, trying to better my communication skills. But basically, um I hope that one thing I've learned with books is that we could all read the same book and interpret it differently. Um, Different parts we can interpret differently because it will relate to us personally. But in this story, basically, um, you see that she's in love with this guy, Brandon. Brandon and her. This is where it goes into the past. Brandon and okay, so let's start from the beginning. Brandon says what he says, right? She overhears because she's his secretary. So she's just finding out. Double whammy. She's losing her job, and she's losing her job because his girlfriend is apparently jealous, doesn't want her working there, and he doesn't fight it. He's just like, you're more important to me, babe. So if that's what you want me to do, I will do it. Like, okay, honestly, what woman wouldn't want a man like that? But anyway, on the receiving end of that, it sucks because now, hey, you're out of a job. It's a whole thing in the book. Anyway, he didn't. So this part here, he realizes that she overheard him, and he's just kind of like, well, well, the cat's out of the bag. Now this shot, I swear, it looked like she was gonna sneeze at first. It was kind of funny to me, but it was good. I kept it. So they go into the past because she's like, looking to my heart, looking to my eyes, or whatever. But she's going back into the past. So it's hard to see. When I posted, you could probably see it better. But it says Orange Blossom High School. So this story takes place in Orlando, Florida, and there is no Orange Blossom High School as far as I know of. I just made that up. So it just goes through like their high school. It looked really great in color, but I was really wanted to make it clear to the viewer that this is the past, and these are like past memories. So it's them going. This is actually, I put into the AI that I wanted Blue Springs State Park, so that's what it is in the background. And the more I look at it, I'm not sure what part of Blue Springs Park it is, but it does kind of look like Blue Springs Park. I'm just not sure what part. So, I don't know. Either way, it's a spring in Florida, in Central Florida. On their way home, they get an argument. So, they get an argument over politics. So, in the book, he kind of blew her off. It wasn't that serious to him, because he's just started college. He's at home on college break. And it just wasn't a big deal to him, but she got really offended because she felt like he was being kind of like stuck up, should we say, like, oh, you're like 2 minutes in college and all of a sudden now you're just this high intellect, that you're going to be debating me on every little thing. And in the argument, this is back in like 2008, he had voted for Obama, and she's 17 in this and he's 18 in this. So but she will be able to vote right before, I think, before the deadline, because like her birthday falls before the voting time ends. So he asked her, and that's how the argument started. He asked her, well, who are you voting for? And she's like, I think she said McCain. And it just started like because he's this. It's a whole thing in the book. You'll read it. You'll see. For those of you who actually want to read the book. So he he didn't take the argument seriously because it's like, it's whatever. He's not upset about it. It is what it is. That's her beliefs. He's not faulting her for it. He just, he just, you know, takes it as, that's her opinion. There's nothing he could do about it, right? Still loves her. She got really heated about this. Like, it really got under her skin. And so this is them going to prom, them arguing some more about, so this is another thing that they argued about. Like, it's showing like they had this kind of troubled relationship. And so she finally decides, screw it, I'm breaking up with him. Now, she does it kind of to be spiteful, but it backfires on her because he's like, I don't understand. So this is her as the top. And it was kind of hard to do this because it didn't come out the way I wanted exactly, but this was the best one I could find. And, this isn't working. I think we should break up, or we should take a break. That's what it is. She just wanted to take a break. And he's like, I don't understand, over a disagreement. And he just kind of gets tired of, in a way, she's kind of abusive, And he gets kind of tired of it. So he goes and he goes to Harvard. He decides to go back to school early, and he really applies himself 120%. And he graduates with all his honors, awards, whatever all this stuff is. I don't even know if this is right. It's just I did it. Okay, don't come after me. So this is like 8 years later. He graduates with his law degree, passes his bar and all that stuff, and his parents, of course, were very, very happy. And he comes home or whatever, and he gets this text message from her later on, saying that she needed help. So in the book, the reason why Brandon is the way that he is with her, it's not because of her, it's because of her mom. He has a lot of, he holds her mom in high respect because of what the mom had did for him and his family, right? And his brothers. So that's why he has a lot of, respect for the mom. And that's why, because he respected the mom, he respected the daughter. Very important life lesson. Anyway, as soon as she mentions, you'd have to pause this in the video to actually read all this, but basically as soon as she mentions it's my mom, it's my mom, and he said, what happened is I'm on my way. Like, she doesn't even need to explain when she says it's her mom. So she kind of gets that confused that it's her, that he's still in love with her, but yeah. So they go on a date, or not a date, but he meets up with her. They have the discussion. I should say he meets up with her to have a discussion. But he basically, this is where he hires her as his secretary to help her to take care of her mom. And then it goes into the present. And I'm going to go to this Brandon Jung and Tia Singh. That's the woman he's in love with. That's the woman he's marrying. She sees this and it's very upsetting. Very upsetting. She calls her friend. He's like, I got you, boo. Okay, so in this shot, right, I really, really, really liked it, even though the style was completely different from the other styles, and maybe it clashes, but I couldn't let it go. I know that's bad. I just couldn't let it go. I really liked it. I liked the way it came out. And I said, screw it. I'm leaving it in there. Whatever. And then, Brandon walking away, and her like, oh, you think you're going to leave? You think that's what you're going to do? Okay, stop. So, yeah, this book is available. It's already available on Amazon. It just was released like 2 days ago. The the print book will be the print book. If you go to my link tree, you can buy it through. I have a link where you can buy the print book. Otherwise, if you want it through Amazon, it won't be available until the 16th of June. So let me know what you think about the music video. And if you're an author, would you be interested in creating these for yourself? I am thinking about producing more videos on how to do this. It's a long process, and so I'm just seeing who's interested, if it's worth investing my time into. So I guess I will tell by everybody's response. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below what you think of the video. And I'll talk to you later. Have a blessed day.